All right, good morning, good night, and good evening, my motherfucking royals. We have the golden art, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, tarot today. And I felt like I needed to do a reading because it really has been a minute. And this is a blind reading. I have no idea. Like, normally I'll get like an inclination beforehand, but all right. The 8 of Cups. So you might be moving away from something. It could be people, places, or things. Maybe at this time you have been recognizing things that no longer serve you in life, and you have been trying to move away from those things. Nighttime also could be significant. You know, if you look at the card, right, the 8 of Wands, or the 8 of Cups, it talks about, y'all saw that, right? It talks about literally moving away, and sometimes it does mention the night, and you notice that it is the night card, but a lot of times it talks about sailing into, not necessarily sailing into calmer waters, but a withdrawal, not a retreat, but just a withdrawal, just moving in a different direction, moving away from things that are draining you, right? Oh, Creator, please shine down on me with a pillar of light that extends 50 feet in all directions. I also ask you allow no trickster spirits, any low vibrational energies, entities, aliens, or ETs to interfere with this message. You and only you assist me in giving this message to the collective. I also ask that you fill my vessel in the surrounding space with every color angelic flame and transmute any negative energy into positive energy for my benefit. I also ask that you cover all of my bodies across all timelines and dimensions in a 12-layer, 12-dimensional shield of light from the beginning of time till the loop back around. I also ask that you eliminate any brain fog, any haziness, any sort of interference from anyone other than yourself. Right, so what do we got? What are the people moving away from? Like, that's the real question. That's what everybody's asking, right? Like, what are... Oh yeah, I got a haircut too. What is everybody moving away from? Let's start with there. Let's start with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. Or you can get with this, or you can get with that. Okay. So the 10 of Wands and the 2 of Cups. So this could be you moving away from a relationship. This could be you closing out a cycle that has to do with a relationship, or maybe it's not even a relationship. Maybe it's just someone that could be in your soul family, right? The 2 of Cups. So this could be you moving away from some sort of soulmate connection, or it could even be like a high-ranking soul connection. But whatever it feels like, the 10 of Wands talks about completion, and since we had the 8 of Wands as the very first, or the 8 of Cups, I don't know why I keep saying the 8 of Wands, the 8 of Cups as the very first card, it feels like now you're moving away from this connection. Let's see what we got. Okay, so we had the 3 of Cups in reverse and the 5 of Cups. So the 3 of Cups, normally it talks about like celebration, collaboration. So now that this is in reverse, it feels like isolation. And with the 5 of Cups, it's giving the energy of being disappointed. Like, it's giving the energy of like, you thought this connection was going to be a certain way. You had really high hopes for this connection, maybe. But it feels like you've been in it, you've been dealing with it, and it's not what you thought it was going to be. Like, for whatever reason, you are disappointed with the situation. So can you clarify that for me? All right, so we got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Oh shit. Is this in reverse, bro? That's what I need to know. Is it in reverse? Okay, maybe it's not in reverse. So we got the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. So it feels like, actually, hold on. Is this what this person was portraying? Yes. Okay, so it feels like this person could have been portraying that they were like stable, not necessarily financial, but it makes it feel like this person was trying to portray that they were a bunch of things that they actually weren't. Or it seems like this person could have been going like above and beyond to try to make it seem like they were the end game, that they were the ultimate satisfaction for you. I really want to get. Can you clarify this real quick? The four of swords in reverse. So this person actually challenged your peace a lot. I feel like this person actually really got you out of your natural like flow state. So whereas if you were sitting in a very like happy, like, oh shit, if you were sitting in like this happy energy, if you were sitting in this nice grounded energy beforehand, it feels like this person kind of got you feeling all over the place. And so like anxiety might be coming through, or like what's it called, like feeling uneasy, like you could be thinking about like a bunch of different things. You could be thinking like, oh, well, I don't need to get into exact specifics, but this person could be making you feel like stuff is wrong, like stuff is not adding up, like what they're saying isn't adding up. Or maybe that's what you're noticing, that the things that they said were not adding up, and now this is causing you like distress. Shit, I'd walk away too, bruh. Damn, the Fool in reverse. Yeah, so it feels like you realize that there was no, like, I don't want to say no new beginning, but maybe you looked at this and you're like, yeah, this really isn't going anywhere. So I just need to walk away at this point. Like it just gives the energy of you're done entertaining the connection, because it's almost like a dead end, right? Like the Fool is happy, the Fool is ready to take that leap of faith, and it feels like through whatever has been going on, like you now feel like that's not the case. Like you're not ready to take that leap of faith. You're not ready to really go anywhere with this person. Ooh. So we got the King of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Moon. Give me 2 seconds on this one. So it's giving like divinely guided, right? So this is feeling like King of Pentacles energy. This is feeling like your energy is very like stable, very grounded. It's giving like the energy of like, you know what you want, very much so. And if you're somebody that's tapped in, if you're somebody that you feel like, you know, you get your signs from source, that you follow source, right? Then you could feel like you're being told that it was time to walk away from this person. And it really gives the energy of like, with, y'all heard that train, yeah, I'm gonna double down on that. That source told you that you need to walk away from this person, and you're like, okay, like you're gonna take that, right? And so we got the moon coming out after that. So it feels like with Judgment and the moon, it really feels like you have been dealing with a lot, right? So this person could have had things resurfacing within you, and you could have been like going through and like analyzing all of these things, right? And now it feels like you feel like you're certain that source, that God has told you, okay, you need to move away. You need to walk away from this person, because you're sitting here and you're like, okay, well, subconsciously, you know, X, Y, and Z. But then you're going through and you're like, wait, right? The King of Pentacles energy, it's very logical. It's very down to earth. It's grounded, right? And so you're like, wait, I've dealt with X, Y, and Z internally. So now that I've dealt with like X, Y, and Z, if I'm still feeling the way that I'm feeling about certain things, then there's probably a reason for that. Like, I'm not being triggered. This is exactly what I'm feeling, and this is exactly what's going on, right? So let's see what we got. Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays. Yeah, it looks like the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man, it feels like I said, like I was literally just saying, thank you for backing me up as always. It feels like you've had a perception change. It feels like you were looking at the situation and you were like, you know what, let me flip the way that I'm looking at this, because the way that I'm looking isn't giving me the answers that I need. Like I'm looking at things and I'm feeling a certain kind of way. And the current way that I'm thinking, the current way that I'm looking at this isn't making the math add up. But then when I flip my perspective, now all the math is mathing, right? Now everything is adding up, and the light just came on over there. Now all the math is mathing the correct way. So God is telling you, Source is telling you, Four of Pentacles, to be selfish with your energy right now. Like, don't be giving your energy out, and don't be giving your energy to this person. Excuse me. Like, now is really the time to focus on you and to keep your energy close. And with the Chariot, it makes me feel like it's telling you to keep your energy close and get moving. You know what I mean? Is there anything else you got for the folks? Strength. Is this okay? Strength in the Hermit. And there's a car like just pulled in, and the fucking lights are bright as shit. Yeah, so this is time to go in hermit mode, basically. So not saying that, you know, you have to cut off like everybody, but usually when you're being called to go into hermit mode, that's because you're about to go through some upgrades. It means that you really need to recenter and look for the wisdom within and all around you, right? And it is going to take a lot of strength, because, you know, being in isolation or walking away from someone, like, especially like if it's a high level soul connection, having to walk away from high level soul connections hurts. I have done it multiple times, and, you know, it doesn't feel good and it never gets easier. But like I always say, on the other side of heartbreak, there is always change. There's always a massive, massive, massive transformation. I was literally just telling somebody the other day, like, you know how many people that I've come into contact with, and then Source was like, Jordan, like, God's like, Jordan, that's your person. And I'm like, oh my God, yes, this is my person. And then, you know, XYZ. And then Source is like, yeah, no, that wasn't your person. And I'm like, and now I'm heartbroken. He's like, yes, but you're different. You're changed. You're stronger now. And I'm like, yeah, you could have just told me that this was going to happen. And Source is like, no, because if you knew you were going to get your heart broken, you would have never joined. You would have never 1616. You would have never did it in the first place, right? Like, you would have never opened yourself up to this person. And so I'm like, Father knows best, right? But yeah, so it's given the energy that you're gonna have to maintain and maybe even use some strength to make this transition into your change of scenery. Also, I'm looking, and this right here is Judgment. So this was the Lovers. So now we're going to go back, because now that this is the Lovers, it feels like this situation, what's it called? This connection that you're walking away from, it could have been reflecting or like mirroring a situation that maybe you've been in the past, or mirroring like trauma situations. It's like if you were in a relationship, right, and you learned lessons from that, and now this situation has come up, and now it's like mirroring those exact same things that were happening to you, then it's kind of like, maybe at first you were like, oh, you know, like, that's not what's going on, like this, that, and the third. But now maybe with this perception shift, you're like, well, you know what, like, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, then I must be looking at a duck type shit. So maybe now that's exactly what's going on, right? And so ultimately, like I said, with Judgment being called, with Judgment coming out, it feels like I said, that you are being divinely guided to move away from this situation. Like, God is like, it's time for you to move away from this situation, bro. And this doesn't actually have to be a romantic situation. This could be with a friend. This could be with a family member. But this is definitely somebody that's in your soul family. Yeah, so the Six of Wands with the King of Cups, like, you are going to get success in this situation by basically choosing you and basically pouring love into your own cup. You know, the King of Cups is very emotionally intelligent. He is very nurturing, but he also is self-sufficient in his cup and self-sufficient in his love. And I always say, like, you should be the main source of love for you in the world, right? Like, you should love yourself like no other, right? Like you always got to look out for number one, right? I always say that. You always got to look out for number one. That's you. 1919. You got to look out for you, right? And so you have to love yourself like nobody else is going to love you, because nobody else is going to love you the same way that you do, besides God, right? Like, you have to do that, right? And so now you got to get back into this space, and you're going to see how things start to change. You're going to see how better you start feeling, because all of the love that you might have been giving outward to, you know, people, places, and things, they weren't doing right with it, right? So now you have to do right with it. You've recognized the patterns. It's time to make the change. You recognize the patterns. It's time to make the change. Let me get one more card for the folks. Let me get one more card. That's 2 cards, but okay. I saw a card. Yeah. 6 of Swords in reverse. Or 6 of Pentacles in reverse. It is time to be greedy with your energy. It is time to be very, very, very greedy with your energy.
Oh, fuck.
All right. And then next we had the 3 of Wands and we had the Knight of Swords. So this is like, you need to work on you. You need to focus on you. But like, you see this? Excuse me. You need to keep your eye on the prize. You need to focus on, you know, whatever God is having you focus on right now, whatever God is bringing to your attention right now. Like, you need to put the focus and the energy back on you and back on your pursuits. And you need to move away from any conflict or drama, anything that's unsettling to you, anything that's challenging your peace, anything that's making you feel like anything's going on, or like anything like that. Like, you don't need to entertain those situations, right? Because like, ultimately, like, situations that come from source and stuff like that, they're not going to have you feeling certain kinds of ways. Like, you're going to be feeling good, you're going to be feeling happy. And you know, I'm not saying that like in the sense of, you know, if wounds are being brought up and you're being triggered, right, and you're healing old wounds, then obviously that's that, right? But you know what I'm talking about. And like a negative aspect, like certain things you shouldn't be feeling and you shouldn't be entertaining, right? Like, y'all know me. I'm quick to cut people off. Like, I cut people off for, I don't want to say no reason, but like, I cut people off quick because if it comes down to it, it's a challenge of my peace versus having you in my life. And like, at the end of the day, I know that I'm going to be happy alone. So if I know that I'm going to be happy alone, if I know that I'm self-sufficient alone, why would I even risk having somebody in my energy or somebody in my life that could derail that, or that's making me feel less than me at 100%, or is making me worry about X, Y, and Z, like that kind of stuff, right? Like, that's the type of mentality that you should be having, right? And so 2323 up here as I'm looking up, I'm gonna go ahead and end that for today. And y'all, like, let me know if the message resonated. Let me know if, you know, if you enjoyed it. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, the email is going to be right up there, and it should have been up there the whole video, or maybe I'll edit it to where it just pops up right there. But much love to everybody as always, and I hope y'all have a wonderful night, morning, weekend, whenever you see this, really.